Agents, be honest, how many times this week have you thought, I just can't keep doing all this myself? If that's you, you're not alone. Every ambitious agent hits a wall eventually, where you're juggling showings, the marketing, dealing with contracts, and you're still trying to have a life outside of real estate. Hey there, I'm Bret Johnson, team lead with The Real Broker and your host at Better Together Academy. And today we're diving into a topic that every growing agent eventually faces. When do you know it's actually time to hire your first assistant? Because let's be real, sometimes that feeling of being overwhelmed just means it's a busy Tuesday. But other times it's a signal that you've outgrown doing it all alone, and we need to break this down. So when I first started running teams, I thought just being a hard worker meant doing everything on my own. Listing, showing, marketing, some paperwork, even coffee runs, literally all of it. And yeah, it made me feel productive until I realized I was working harder, not smarter. So one day I missed a new lead call because I was buried in this deal. That one call cost me over $14,000 in commission. Literally gone. And that was my wake up moment. Hiring my first assistant wasn't about ego, it was about survival. It gave me time, energy, and my focus back. And once I did, my business grew faster than it had before. So if you've been wondering whether it's time, here are 4 signs that you're ready to hire an assistant. First is that you're drowning in admin work. When you're buried in emails, scheduling, and contract details more than actually helping clients, that's your first sign. Look, you didn't get into real estate to be a paper pusher. An assistant frees you up to do what actually drives income. That's connecting, the negotiating, maybe closing those deals. Now, next is you're missing opportunities. If you've ever opened a text from a client that said, hey, just checking in, I never heard back from you, you know what I mean by this. Missed leads, slow follow-up, or even forgotten touch points aren't personal failures, they're just system failures. So with the right assistant, nothing falls through those cracks. You focus on high value work and they can handle the rest of it. Now, another might be when you've hit that time or income ceiling. If your days are maxed out, your nights are gone, and your income's still flat, now you know you're at capacity. You can't scale by working more hours. You can scale by creating leverage. An assistant gives you your most valuable asset back. That's time. And with that time, you can do more of what grows your business and makes you money. And last, you need to hire your first assistant when your budget supports it. So I would challenge you not to ask, can I afford this assistant, but rather ask, can I afford not to? Because if you're closing enough volume that even a part-time assistant still leaves you with a healthy profit, you need to be starting there. Because 10 hours a week can take enough off your plate to let you focus on stuff that really moves the needle and will create even more income to far offset the cost of that hire. I get it, hiring your first assistant can feel scary, but it's also one of the most exciting steps towards building a real business instead of just a busy job. If you're at the point where you know you can't keep doing it all, let's chat. I'll help you figure out what to delegate first, then I'll help you find the right person, and we'll figure out how to make the numbers work. Because once you get your time back, everything changes.